स्तंभे अवतारस्तमनियदक्षं लक्ष्मीनृसिंहं शरणं प्रगच्छे। श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कविताच्युतकेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। आधराहितचारुवंशनालाः मुकुटारम्भमयूरपिञ्चमालाः हरिनीलशिलाविभङ्गलीलाः प्रतिभासन्तु मम अन्तिमप्रयाणे। ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। अपसि पुष्पसन्तासं हारनुप्रशोभितं रत्नकङ्कणप्रियूरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। कुटिलालकसंयुक्तं पूर्णचन्द्रनिभान्नं विलसत्कुण्डलधरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। मन्दारगन्धसंयुक्तं शाखां बर्हिपिंशावचूडाङ्कं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। उत्पन्नपद्मपत्राक्षं नीलजीमोदसन्निधं यादवानां शिरोरत्नं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। संयुक्तं पीताम्बरसुशोभितम् अवाक्तुलसीगन्धं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। गोपिकानां कुचद्वन्द्वा कुङ्कुमाङ्कितवक्षसं श्रीनिकेतं महेश्वासं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। श्रीवत्साङ्कं महोरस्कं वनमालाविराजितं शङ्खचक्रधरं देवं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। कृष्णाष्टकविदं पुण्यं प्रातरुद्धाय यः पठेत् कोटिजन्मकृतं पातुं स्मरणेन विनश्यति। श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। ॐ अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। परमगुरुभ्यो नमः। सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीरङ्गनाथशरगोपीतीन्द्रलक्ष्मीनृसिंहजगत्कर्णैकपात्रं श्रीरङ्गवीरविराट् शठगोपभुज्यं वेदान्तदेशिकेति नमः प्रपच्ये। श्रीमते श्रीवंशगोपश्रीवेदान्तदेशिकेति नमः देशिकाय नमः। श्रीमते निर्महन्तमहादेशिकाय नमः। श्रीमते रामानुजाय नमः। Narayana, go ahead, Ma. What do we do today, Ma?
Sriman Narayana, Chantanasam, Vedanta Desikans Padapam, Narayana
Emma, what topic shall we do today?
Acharya, can you complete the Daya Shatakam today?
Oh, you want us to complete Daya Shatakam so that okay, let's Venkatadrisam sthanam brahmande nasti kanchana Venkatesha samo devaha na bhuto na bhavishyati. Today we will try to complete the KrishnaDesika. Complete the Daya Shatakam. So the Daya Shatakam, Mahatma Desika's wonderful composition on the mercy of Bhagavan Srinivasa. Is something which is very, very unique. Very, very unique in our tradition. That many people compose stotras, but on the mercy of the Lord, to compose 108 verses, the subject is very, very abstract. You have to think what are all the places where that mercy comes into picture. You're putting them all together, and that too in the verse form, and to compose 108 verses is not an easy thing. Now the question of the uniqueness of Krishna becoming Lord Srinivasa. So even though we praise Lord Srinivasa, there may be many verses with references directly or indirectly to Lord Krishna as well as Srinivasa together. Yesterday we have seen Adhyapitat Pushagirisha Daye Bhavatyam Arabhamatravalidam Pradhamastutinam Sandarshayanti Swapara Nirvahana Sahitaha Mandasya Sahasamidam Tvayi Vandinomi Mandasya Sahasamidam Tvayi Vandinomi. Mahatma Desika, being an embodiment of knowledge, who got the Hayagriva Anugraham, that Hayagriva Anugraham is beyond anybody's imagination, and that too with the blessings of Garudadeva, Vedatma Dehageshwara. Such a great Mahatma says he is a very dull-witted person, because Daya Devi, the Lord of the seven hills, even the Vedas, who have no beginning, Vedas are as old as Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. Pradhama Stutinam. Even the Vedas that have no origin are still there in their LKG, in the very beginning stages, very beginning, first grade, to glorify you. Even Vedas could not adequately glorify Daya. So you are the best at handling each and every problem that we have, and how to get the mercy of Bhagavan Srinivasa. And also, convincing Srinivasa to show his mercy on us. So Daya Devi, will you please forgive me for this daring attempt to glorify you? Even when Vedas are there from time immemorial trying to glorify you, are still there in their first grade level of glorifying you. Who am I? A simple Jivatma trying to glorify you. Look at the humility of Desika. Okay, Daya Devi, you have the capability to make Lord Srinivasa forgive our sins. Can I request you one thing? May you kindly forgive all our sins committed against you. Because I am trying to praise you. But I feel while praising you, I am making so many mistakes. In that kind of a humble attitude, a devotee should pray. That is why they say, when somebody is there offering the prayers, they should be there in such a humble way that nobody will even think that we are a devotee. A devotee always tries to play a very low key, not a very flamboyant attitude, not to show off. Bhagavat Kainkaryam is not for show. Bhagavat Kainkaryam is for enjoying the divine beauty of the Lord and His Kalyana Gunas. Vedanta Desika is asking for forgiveness for all the omissions and commissions that might have happened in his glorifying Daya Devi in these 100 verses. Now, in the next verse itself he starts, Prayodaye Tvalanubhava Mahamburashav Prachetasa Prabhutayopi Param Tatastaha Tatravatirnam Ataras Pusham Aplutam Padmapatehe Prahasanochitam Adriyethaha Prayodaye Tvat Anubhava Maha Amburashav Prachetasa Prabhutayopi Prabhutayaha Api Param Tatasthaha Tatravatirnam Atara Sprusham Aplutam Padmapatehe Prahasana Vuchitam Adriyethaha. Hey Daya Devi, even great Mahatmas like Valmiki, who is the Adi Kavi, the first and the foremost one, who created the Sanskrit meter in the form of the Adi Kavya. Adi Kavyam, the first and the foremost literary work. Practically there were no literary works before Valmiki Ramayana. And he is the one who is called Prachetasa. It is a misconception, many people think Valmiki belongs to a hunter family. He belongs to a very orthodox religious family. His ancestors were great Maharshis, Prachetasas. But he was lost while traveling with his parents in a forest, and the child was picked up by some hunters, and he grew up as a hunter. But fortunately, because of Narada's instruction, and with his unimaginable tapasya and Brahma's blessings, he became Adikavi, the first and the foremost poet. So Prachetasaha, the very first poet, for the first literary work Ramayana, Adikavya, are still at the shores of the ocean of your compassion. Means if compassion is like an ocean, nobody could even dive deep into that ocean. Everybody is there trying to enjoy the ocean standing on the beach. So he says even great Mahatmas like Valmiki, in spite of their composing the great Kavya, Ramayana, Adi Kavya, 24,000 verses, feel that they are there only on the shore, only on the beach, only on the sands, and could not dive deep into the ocean of the mercy. How can a simple human being like me glorify you? Even Valmiki, Prachetasa, could not dive deep into the ocean of mercy. Still enjoying the ocean, standing on the beach. If that were the case with great Mahatmas like Valmiki, born in the family of Prachetasa, look at me like a child who doesn't even know how to swim. He is there, jumping into the ocean of your compassion. What will happen if a child jumps into the ocean? We get drowned in the unimaginable depths of the ocean. Therefore, Daya Devi, I am making myself a laughing stock. I am making myself a buffoon, a joker, trying to make everybody laugh at me. and you are the only one, Daya Devi, who can rescue me. Please, by rescue me means make sure that I am accepted by the Supreme Lord Srinivasa. Or this composition is acceptable to the Supreme Lord Srinivasa. These are all called Naityanusandhanam. Naityanusandhanam means even though you achieved so many great things, you still feel you do not know anything. You still feel there are Mahatmas who know much better than you. You feel very, very humble. That is called a Naityanusandhanam. Thinking very low of oneself and praising others as great. But ordinary people, they criticize others and talk very high of themselves. Both are wrong. Atma-stuti is equally bad as a Paraninda. Parastuti, Atma-ninda, is the best way for devotees. That is why when Mahatma says, Trunadapi Shunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. Trunadapi Shunichena. When you really want to serve Bhagavan, we should feel ourselves lower than a blade of grass. The blade of grass which can at the most grow to a few inches in height. 2 inches, 3 inches, 6 inches in height, that's all. A blade of grass. One should feel even lower than a blade of grass. Trunadapi Shunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna. Look at a tree. We cut its branches. Sometimes we take the leaves, we take the fruits, we cut off the branches, we cut off the whole tree. The tree is not fighting back. The tree is accepting all that pain and is bearing with it. So in spiritual life, many people will criticize you. Many people will talk bad about you. Because natural jealousy. We are all having this natural jealousy. If not, what is the need for the people of Srirangam to offer a garland of shoes for Mahatma even before the competition has started? The great Mahatma who composed Paduka Sahasram just in 96 minutes in one night. Jealousy. So, if we want to grow, if we want to make progress in spiritual life, forget about others' criticism. Think very low of yourself and keep doing the service you are doing for pleasing the Supreme Lord. So when Mahatmas like Valmiki are considered to be still on the sands in front of the ocean, whereas myself, a child into poetry, jumped into the ocean only to be drowned. So if I am drowning, you are the only one who can rescue me. Because I am making myself a laughing stock by trying to compose. What do great Mahatmas think? In fact, Vedanta Desika is considered as one of the top-rated Sanskrit composers, on par with Mahakavi Kalidasa, etc. So, may you kindly accept me, Daya Devi, and bring the mercy of Lord Srinivasa unto me. Again, he is going back to, in the next verse also, he is begging Daya Devi to treat him like a small child. Nothing but a small child. And here he says, Vedanta Desika Pade Viniveshya Balam Devodaya Shatakam Etat Avadayan Maham वैहारिकेण विधिना समये गृहीतम् वीणा विशेषम् इव वेङ्कटशैलनाथः वेदान्तदेशिकपदे विनिवेश्य बालम् देवो दया शतकम् एतत् अवादयत् माम् वैहारिकेण विधिना समये गृहीतम् वीणा विशेषमिव वेङ्कटशैलनाथः. हे Srinivasa, हे Venkateshwara, the Lord of Venkatadri, the Lord of the seven hills, but affectionately called the Venkatanatha. Hey Srinivasa, you gave me, who is none but a small child. The great title Vedanta Desika was given to him by Lord Srinivasa. Vedanta Desika Padi Viniveshya Balam. Even on a child like me, you conferred the greatest title called Vedanta Desika. And Srinivasa, Devo Daya Shatakam Etat Avadayanmam. You are the one, Srinivasa, who made me compose this Daya Shatakam. Without Bhagavan's anugraham, nobody can achieve anything divine. If some great job is achieved, certainly they have the mercy of the Lord. And here Mahatma Vedanta Desika is saying, Mahatma Vedanta Desika is saying that he has all the mercy of Lord Srinivasa, and Srinivasa is the one who gave him the title Vedanta Desika even on a child, and made him compose this Daya Shatakam, 100 verses. And the glory of your compassion, Daya. Not an easy thing to compose 108 verses. Devo Daya Shatakam Etat Avadayanmam. Hey Srinivasa, you know how this all looks to me? It looks as though when there's a great concert going on, all of a sudden a child comes there and picks up a great veena, which is very difficult to play. One of the great musical instruments that has a great profound musical impact is veena. So a child who doesn't even know how to play looks like came onto the stage and picked up a great veena and started playing a few tunes. For what? For fun. And for that fun, what is happening? It looks as though we become the laughing stock of all the audience. We become the laughing stock of all the audience. So Swamy, it doesn't matter. You made me the laughing stock of all the audience. It's okay. You made me the laughing stock of all the audience. It's okay, Krishna. It's okay, Srinivasa. I'm happy that you have chosen me, a child, to give the title. You have chosen me to give the title Vedanta Desika and made me compose this Daya Shatakam. So that is how Mahatma Desika is showing his humility before the Lord of the Seven Hills. So Srinivasa is the one who has chosen his child, Vedanta Desika, to be the master of unimaginable stotras. And these stotras are there to remain forever. And these stotras are having such a great effect on the devotees that they constantly chant to enjoy the beauty of the form of the Lord that Vedanta Desika has glorified. Like Sri Stuti, Gopala Vimshati, all these prayers, where Mahatma Desika even says, Divyavenu Desikam Sanikshate Daivatam Kimapi Yavatatriyam. That Gopijana Vallabha, Vande Vrindavanacharam Vallavijana Vallabha. That Vallavijana Vallabha will give his Sakshatkar. Such is the greatness of Mahatma Desika. Who could take us closer and closer and closer into the ocean called the mercy, Daya of Lord Srinivasa. Be fortunate to chant Desika Stotras, which will purify us and make us eligible even to fall at the feet of the Lord. So, Vedanta Desika Pade Viniveshya Badam. Fortunate is the Mahatma, born when his mother had a dream that she swallowed the bell of Lord Srinivasa. That's why he is called Khantavatara. And to conclude, in just 4 more verses, he says, Anavadhim Adhikruchya Srinivasanukampam Avitata Vishayatva Vishwam Avridayanti Vividha Kushalanivi Venkatesha Prasuta Udaryam Anavadya Shobhate Sattva-bhaja. Shobhate Sattva-bhaja. In every verse, Mahatma Desika introduces a great Mangala Shasana. Shobhate Sattva-bhaja. By doing Daya Shatakam, Mahatma has done a great favor that everyone with Sattva-guna will certainly love this work called Daya Shatakam. The question is, only people in Sattva-guna could understand. That's why they say in Sanskrit, Vidvan eva vijanati vidvat jana parishramam. Only a person who is knowledgeable can understand how much of pains the other person would have taken to come to that level of knowledge. It is almost like saying, only a PhD can understand the amount of effort that is needed on the part of a student to get a PhD degree. A 10th grade student can never understand the intricacies of how much of hard work is needed to get a PhD degree. Same thing here too, Vidvan eva vijanati. So if people are not there in that Sattva-guna, how can they even enjoy the beauty of the compositions of Mahatma Desika? That is why they say, when you say some object, some painting, some flower is beautiful, what exactly it means? Beauty lies in the perceiver's eyes. You should have the eye to appreciate beauty. Same thing, we should be in Sattva-guna to appreciate the greatness of the compositions of Mahatma Desika. So this Daya Shatakam, composed by Venkatanatha, Swamy, Sri Vedanta Desika, on the mercy, the quality Daya of the Supreme Lord Srinivasa, is certainly without any blemish. There are absolutely no mistakes at all. Anavadyam adhikrucha srinivasana kampam. And he says, Avitata Vishayatvat Vishwam Avridayanti. Because the Lord's compassion glorified here is absolutely true. Is absolutely true. So there is no need for anyone, and of course the author also, to feel bad or to be ashamed of. This composition, Vividha Kushala Nivi Venkatesha Prasuta, just like a mother is delivering a child, just like a mother is delivering a baby, Mahatma Vedanta Desika delivered this baby called Daya Shatakam. And this Daya Shatakam is for the welfare of each and everyone. And of course, everyone in Sattva-guna are sure to fall in love. This great work called Daya Shatakam. Tutihi iyam anavatya shobhate sattva-bhaja. Only if you have an artistic heart, you can appreciate a painting. Only if you have the literary skills, you can appreciate a composition. Only if you have a sense of music, you can enjoy a wonderful song. Same thing, only when we have that Sattva-guna, only when we have that Sattva-guna, we can enjoy the beauty of Daya Shatakam. Here there are quite a few things. The Daya Shatakam, even though it is physically composed by Mahatma Vedanta Desika, it is in fact motivated by Lord Srinivasa himself. And even though the Daya Shatakam is considered as a very, very great composition, still Mahatma Vedanta Desika feels it is like a incoherent composition of words by a child, as much as a child who doesn't even know how to play a great musical instrument, veena, is jumping onto the stage where a great concert is going on and is just fooling around with a veena, only to make himself a fool before the other people. In such a great humility, Vedanta Desika says, but this Daya Shatakam will certainly be blessing each and every one of us who has that faith in Lord Srinivasa and His divine mercy that knows absolutely no bounds. So the great composition called Daya Shatakam, in the next verse is also called Budaram. Shatakam idam udaram. Shatakam idam udaram. Samyak abhyasyamana Vushagirim Ajrukya Vyaktam Alokayanti Anitara Sharananam Adi Rajye Vishinchit Shamita Vimata Paksha Sharanga Dharmanukampa Sharanga Dhanva Anukampa. The Supreme Lord Srinivasa, staying on top of Venkatadri, who is having a bow, Sharangam. That's why Bhagavan is also called Shargi. Vanamali Gadi Shargi Shankhi Chakri Chanandaki Sriman Narayana Vishnu Vasudevo Virakshatu. That particular Lord who has the great bow called Sharangam is called Shargi. So this Srinivasa, who is also called Shargi, will eliminate all the enemies and will bless us all. Daya Devi will certainly bless us all with her kind glances from the top of the Vrishabhadri. So Srinivasa has a Shargam to drive away all our enemies. Now who do you think are the enemies for us? Emma, any idea who do you think are the enemies for us? We have lot of enemies within ourselves. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. The 6 evils are there, making their headquarters in our mind. Kama, desires that are against the dharma. Krodha, anger, either for self-glorification or for hurting others. Lobha, greediness, unable to participate in religious activities. Moha, attachment to material things, family, children, etc. Mada, arrogance for little achievements that we got in material life. Matsarya, jealousy that others are superior to us. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. They are called Arishat Vargas. So, Shamita Vimata Paksha, Sharanga Dhanva Anukampa, Sharanga Dhanva's Anukampa, the Daya Devi, will certainly eliminate all our enemies. And Daya Devi will even coronate all those Anitara Sharananam Adirajye Vishinchet. Anitara Sharananam, if we are truly surrendered devotees. If we are truly surrendered devotees. He says, Daya Devi will even coronate, means will bless us with unimaginable wealth as a king. Shamita Vimata Paksha Sharanga Dhanvanukampa. This is the most important thing, that doing something with no expectations. And one should be such that they should not expect any karma phala. Anitara sharanana, one who has nowhere to go. Na itara sharanana, that is the most important one. That anyadha sharanam nasti, tvam eva sharanam mama. That is the most important one. Come to that stage. We all know very well, as long as Draupadi is thinking, Dhritarashtra can protect her, Bhishma can protect her, or Dronacharya, Bhima can protect her, Bhagavan Krishna will not even come into picture. He did not come to help her at all. Only when we realize Anyatha Sharanam Nasti, there is no one to protect me. Tvam eva Sharanam Mama. Krishna, you are the only one to protect me, only one to protect me. Then only he will come. Anitara Sharanana, Na Itara Sharanana. Adhirajye Vishinchet, if for such devotees, Daya Devi will not even hesitate to coronate them, he says. What else we need? Is there anything that we cannot get by surrendering to Daya Devi? Therefore, let us be fortunate to become Anitara Sharanana. Shamita Vimata Paksha. You don't have to do anything to wipe out the enemies. The minute you belong to the president's security will take care of you, how to protect you. The minute we become completely surrendered to Lord Sriman Narayana, all his Parshadas know how to take care of us. Look at Ambarisha. Was he not taken care of by Lord Sriman Narayana? By constantly giving the Sudarshan Chakra to stay there to protect him? Wasn't Prahlada protected? Wasn't Draupadi protected? Wasn't Sugriva protected? Wasn't Vibhishana protected? Therefore, we don't have to worry. So the most important thing is Anitara Sharanana. Are we there trying to practice that kind of Anitara Sharanana? When we have that, Lord Sriman Narayana is ours. The burden of our protection is no longer with us. It is completely the burden of Lord Sriman Narayana. And that is his promise to all of us. Anitara Sharanana. If a devotee comes to me with a humble prayer, that Anyadha Sharanam Nasti Tvam Eva Sharanam Mama, Bhagavan says he will never leave that kind of devotees. He will never leave that kind of devotees. It is a great assurance for all of us. And in the last two verses, Mahatma Desika is concluding this Daya Shatakam in a wonderful way. Vishvanugraha mataram yatisajat svargapa varga sudham svargapa vargam sudha sadri chete venkateshwara kavihi bhaksha dayamastuta padyanam iha yad vidheya bhagavat sankalpa kalpadrumat jhansha maruta dhuta chuta nayataha sampati koyam kramaha. The great Daya Shatakam is now coming to a conclusion. Vishwa Anugraha Mataram Yati Sajat Swarga apavargam sukha sadrichim iti Venkateshwara kavihi bhaccha dayamastuta padyanam iha yat vidheya bhagavat sankalpa kalpadrumat Chansha maruta Chuta chuta nayataha sampatikoyam kramaha. Sampatikoyam kramaha. Sri Venkateshwara Kavi, this Mahatma called Nigamanta Mahadeshika. What is Vedanta Desika? What is Nigamanta Mahadeshika? Both are the same. Veda Anta. Vedas, Anta, end portions, Upanishad, Jnanakanda. Desika, the teacher who can teach the true essence of the Upanishad, Vedanta. Vedanta Desika. So Nigamanta, Nigama means Vedas, Anta. Nigamanta is again the same Upanishad. Nigamanta Desika, Vedanta Desika is one and the same. So this great Mahatma Venkatesha Kavi, Mahatma Desika, popularly known as Swamy Sri Vedanta Desika, composed these 108 verses. And these 108 verses on Daya Devi, the most merciful mother of all the universes, Vishwa Anugraha Mataram. Mataram, the mother, Vishwa Anugraha, showering her compassion on all the people in all the universes. Sudha Sadhri Srimati, and the compassion, the mercy of Bhagavan Srinivasa, the Daya Devi, is like Amrutam. Amrutam can bless everyone. Can bless us with the heavens and Sri Vaikuntham also. Swarga Apavargam. Swargam is the heavens for those who want to enjoy the best of the best material comforts. Swargam. Apavargam for those who want to enjoy Nitya Niratishaya Shashwata Punaravrutti Rahita Sri Vaikuntham. Nitya Niratishaya Shashwata Punaravrutti Rahita. That is the most important one. Because even if you go to Brahmaloka, Rudraloka, any loka for that matter, of Brahma Bhavana Lokan Punaravartin Arjuna, Mamapechati Kaunteya Punarjanma na vidyate. Only when we attain Sri Vaikuntham there is no Punarjanma. Otherwise we are all subject to Punarjanma. So devotees, whether you want to go to Swargam, fine, or you want to attain Vaikuntham, fine. Daya Devi can bless. One who can give you $100 as a gift can easily give you $2. Just like that, nothing even, you won't even think. When Daya Devi can bless us with the Sri Vaikuntham, after all, giving us a Swarga Bhogas is nothing for Daya Devi. Swargapa Vardam Sudham Satri Chimiti, Venkateshwara Kavihi, Bhaccha Dayamastuta. These verses, Padyanam Yadvideya Bhagavat Sankalpa Kalpadruma Benjamarta Yuta Chuta Nayataha. Remember, if there is a wonderful mango tree with plenty mangoes, and when there is a great wind blowing, all the mangoes from the tree will fall down. and you can collect them. Now here he is comparing, hey Daya Devi, you are like that strong wind. You are like that strong wind. And Bhagavan Srinivasa's Sankalpam, he is like that wish-fulfilling Kalpa Vruksham. Bhagavan Srinivasa's Sankalpam, desire to protect all of us, is that Kalpa Vruksham. And these verses are the mangoes that are there falling down from that Kalpa Vruksham. So Daya Devi is compared here for the strong wind that can shake even the great Kalpa Vruksham called Srinivasa's mercy, Srinivasa's Sankalpam. And when a wind shakes a wonderful tree, the mangoes will fall down. And the beautiful and delicious mangoes that have fallen down are the 108 verses from the Daya Shatakam. Vishvanugrahamataram Yatisadyat Swarganapadabdam Sudha Sadhri Chimiti Venkateshwara Kavihi Bhacha Dayamaspita Padyanam Iha Yad Vidheya Bhagavat Sankalpa Kalpa Tunat Janja Maruta Dhuta Chuta Nayataha Sampati Koyamu Kramaha. How beautiful it is. You don't have to climb a tree, you don't have to take a stone, you don't have to hit. The mangoes will automatically fall down when there is a great wind. When Daya Devi is there blowing like a great wind, we don't have to do anything, just be there, stretching your hands. And this Kalpa Vruksham, Bhagavan Srinivasa's Sankalpam, designed to protect us is like a Kalpa Vruksham. Stretch your hands and the mangoes will fall into your hands. Read Daya Shatakam, will lead you to do Sharanagati. Then why people don't do Sharanagati even after reading Daya Shatakam? Because they are not, the Sattvagunam has not come to them. Because only when Sattvagunam is there, you will be able to appreciate the beauty. Otherwise, you say, oh, it is a boring subject. You know, when we were there in the high school, college, etc., we had so many subjects which we wonderfully named them as boring subjects. So for all those people who do not have the Sattva-guna, Daya Shatakam looks like a boring subject. For all those people for whom the Sattva-guna is there, blooming, they will be able to enjoy. And the Daya Devi, like a strong wind, can shake the whole tree called Srinivasa's compassion or Srinivasa's Daya, desire to protect us. Stretch your hands, a mango will fall into your hand, and enjoy the delicious mango. These are the great verses called the blessings of Lord Srinivasa. Where Mahatmas, as Bhagavan Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatat siddhaye yatatamupi siddhanam kaschinmam vididatvatah. So Mahatmas are rarely born. If you take 1,000 people, only one will try to attain perfection. And if there are thousands who are trying to attain perfection, one will actually get it. Mahatma Desika comes into that excellent category to become a Nigamanta Mahadeshika, a teacher of the Vedanta that can help every Jivatma attain salvation with nothing to worry about. Everything is there, arranged in the most wonderful way. that whenever you are ready, to the extent that you will be taken to Vaikuntham, just whenever you say you are ready. It is we who said we are not ready yet to go to Vaikuntham when we did our Sharanagati. It is we who said, I am not ready to come to Vaikuntham now. But when I complete this life, please make sure that there is no more birth for me. Etat dehavasani mam tatpadam prapaya swayam. So if at all there is a delay in our attaining Vaikuntham, it is not a delay on the part of Lord Narayana. It is only a delay on our part that we are not ready yet to receive, to go to see Vaikuntham. Because we still have some petty desires. Of course they are not against the dharma. That's why Bhagavan is tolerating us. Because those desires are not against the dharma. Like you want to see your son getting married, or you want to see your daughter getting married, or that you want to spend a little bit of time with your grandchild or something. As Krishna says, dharma viruddho bhuteshu tamosmi prakarshata. These are simple desires that are not against the dharma are permitted by Bhagavan. Dharma aviruddho bhuteshu tamosmi prakarshata. Or you want to enjoy some sense gratification in the limitations of a specified system called the Grihasthashrama. Fine, they are all permitted. Make sure your desire is not against the dharma. That is the only thing. Now, Mahatma Desika wants to conclude with the 108th verse. Kamamu santamidha karambita guna vadyani padyaninaha kasyasmin shatake sadambu katake doshashrutim kshamyati nishpratyuha vrushatri nirchara chara karachalenuchalam deenalambana divyadampati daya kallola kolaharaha. Deenalambana divyadampati daya kallola kolaharaha. These 108 verses of this Daya Shatakam certainly are having merits, but Mahatma Desika says may have merits or may have some defects also. But these are like the soap nuts. You remember in the good olden days when we didn't have shampoo, etc. In the villages or in the India good olden days, they used to have some kind of soap nut, which you break it and soak it, you will get some lather and will take away all the oil from our body. So these are like the soap nuts, which will take away all the dirt from our body. What do you call that soap nut? In Telugu they call it kunkudukaya.
Acharya, shikakai?
What do you call in Tamil, Amma?
Maybe shikakai, Acharya?
Yeah, shikakai. Shikakai is slightly different from this. Anyway, as long as you know that soap nut that we use in the good olden days, when there was no shampoo, when you put some oil on your head or something and when you want to get all that oil out of your body, they use the soap nuts. Just try to break them, soak them for a while. That will give you great lather. Rekha, what do you call those soap nuts in Tamil, Rekha? Rekha, Hema?
Adiyan shikakai nanikiren adiyan and the kai brown color la.
No, shikakai becomes powder. Whereas this one has a seed inside and will have a skin that is there, thick skin, and the size of a grape or so.
Aryan Swami, this is called in English Arita Swami, Arita powder.
What is that?
Arita powder in English.
No, sir, this is called kunkudukaya in Telugu.
Ade Swami, kunkudukaya English lo Arita powder Swami.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Maybe Sanskrit or
what is that one in Tamil? That is not Shikakai, no.
Adiyan, Teril Adiyan. Maybe Padmaji would like to, I don't know.
Padma, you know, in the good olden days when there was no shampoo, they used to have some kind of a, it looks like a dry fruit. The skin will be there, wrinkled. Inside there will be a nut, and you break it, and then you just cook it.
No, Swamy Narayana, I don't know.
Maybe next time when I go to India, I'll bring some and show you. Okay, so these 100 verses are like the soap nets that can wash off the dirt from our body, from our mind. To the pure devotees, you can wash off the dirt from your body only when you want to take shower with the soap net. But if you don't want to take shower, then the dirt will remain with you. Same thing if you want to go to Lord Sriman Narayana, then Daya Shatakam will help. He is like a soap net removing the dirt. You don't want to go? Fine. You keep all the dirt with you. Keep it safe. So to the pure devotees with sattvic mindset, any criticism will certainly be forgiven by Daya Devi. Daya Devi will be more than happy to forgive anyone, even if somebody tries to criticize Daya Shatakam. Because this Daya Devi is from the divine couple, Sri Mahalakshmi and the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana. And this Daya Devi and this Daya Shatakam is like the wonderful waterfalls that are there roaring down from the hills. I don't know, in the internet there was a picture the other day of waterfalls from Tirumala falling like a Tirumal, in the shape of a Tirumal. So the great waterfalls are producing unimaginable sound, roaring sounds, and those sounds are from the Vrishabhadri. Vrishabhadri, their Daya, when there is a roaring sound, any kind of noise or any kind of distinct people talk will not even be heard by others. So before Daya, any criticism will not even be heard. Because this Daya Devi, first we are looking at the wonderful bird. Dina Divya Dampati Daya Kalola Kola Halaha. They are Divya Dampatis, the divine couple. Dampati, both wife and husband must be there to call it Dampati. Divya Dampati Daya Kalola Kola Halaha. In the roaring sound, nothing will be heard. Even if it is critical, it will not be heard. Bhagavan, Sriman Narayana and Sri Mahalakshmi as the divine couple are there to bless us. Like the roaring waterfalls from the Vrishabhadri hills. And if somebody criticize Daya Shatakam, it will be like you are shouting in front of roaring waterfalls where nothing can even be heard. Nothing can even be heard. So we don't have to. There are people to criticize always. If you do something, they can criticize you. If you don't do anything, there is nothing to criticize. If you know how to cook and if you start cooking, then people can criticize you, salt is less or chilies are more, etc., etc. But if you don't even cook, there is nothing for anybody to criticize you. You have not done anything. Same thing here. The glory of Daya Shatakam is such that Bhagavan Srinivasa enjoyed it from his favorite child, Vedanta Desika, none other than his own Ghantavatar. Now to conclude, he says, Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimati Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. This Vedanta Desika, who is called a Kavi Tarkika Simham, the name among all the poets and the logicians, Tarkashastram, logicians, how to arrive at the right conclusion with supporting arguments is called Tarkam. Kavi, who composes. So may we all be fortunate to offer our humble prostrations to Swamy Sri Venkatesha, who is also called Vedanta Desika, who is a lion among all the poets and logicians, and the Vedanta Acharya, the only Acharya fit to be qualified as a teacher, who is endowed with all Kalyana Gunas that we can ever think of. There is no Kalyana Guna that Mahatma Desika was lacking. In spite of that, he remained so humble, never wanted any glory or credit. Even in the case of Paduka Sahasra, when the other person is defeated, Vedanta Desika was so humble to say, it's okay, you have written only 360 verses, but great. I wrote 1,000 verses, doesn't mean anything. He even went to the extent of saying, an elephant gives birth only to one calf, whereas a pig may give birth to 10 piglets. That doesn't mean 10 piglets are superior to one elephant. So he says in the same way, even though I have written 1,000 verses, the 1,000 verses is not even superior to your 360 verses. That is the humility of Mahatma Desika. That's why they say, Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimati Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. The Kalyana Gunas, the Kalyana Gunas of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana have all taken the form of Mahatma Desika and resulted in our getting, be it Paduka Sahasram, Daya Shatakam, Shatakam, Raghuvira Gadjam, Kamasika Ashtakam, any number of stotras, Gopala Vimshati, Sri Stuti, Goda Stuti, Bhustuti, only Bhagavan, Sriman Narayana and Sri Mahalakshmi's mercy is needed for all of us to enjoy the beauty of Mahatma Desika's Gopala Vimshati, and Daya Shatakam. Go ahead, Ma. If you have some questions, please feel free.
Swami, that soap nut is called Ponnankotai or Nalkottai.
I'm not able to follow. Can you tell me a bit more?
Ponnankotai, Swami, that kai that you mentioned.
You found the name Ponnam Kottai? Do you remember?
Ponnankotai or Nolkottai.
Do you remember the good olden days you ever took, instead of use of them instead of shampoo?
No, Swami.
Oh, by the time you came, yeah. I know. By the time you start taking, oil bath, etc., that disappeared, right? That
No, Swamiji. When I am
oil bath, still we have Siakai. It is still there. Again,
as I told you, Sikai is a powder, right?
Yes. No, it is from the kai. They dry it in the sun and then they powder it.
That's right, Amma. What I'm saying is that you make as powder. This one you don't make powder.
We don't know, Swami.
Take those nuts and then you just hit it so that they will open up, and the skin is the one that gives the lather.
No, not knowing. We don't know.
All the oil from your body, but they'll make your eyes burn also. I think Sadashiva.
Swamiji, we know Swamiji. We know that. Kunkudukailu.
Kunkudukailu.
Yeah, when we are small, we use it up.
I saw. So that means you belong to my age.
No, Swamiji, I used it up to 20 years. I was raised.
I see.
Yeah.
I think what generation
No, Swamiji, I know Swamiji.
Okay. All right, Amma. Now go ahead, Amma. What are your questions, Amma? Now, this lady is there. Mala, you want to talk something this afternoon? You have a session, right? Mala?
No, Swamiji, I don't have anything. I'll just read the questions. We'll answer it.
Okay. What time are you joining, Amma? When New York time, 5:30, right?
2:30. Yes, 5:30 for you.
Yeah, Pacific time is 2:30. Okay. All right, Amma. When you have time, please send me the questions, Amma.
Yeah, I'll send you in some time.
Yeah. Go ahead, Amma. What are your other questions, Amma? Anyone have you, Amma?
Again, some small questions.
Yeah.
Not okay, just we read the Desikans formation. Can we do anything to get the Daya from the Daya Devi?
I'm not able to follow you. What is it?
In order to get mercy from Daya Devi, just we have to read Daya Shatakam, or we have to do something.
Again, as I told you, you just do your Dvaya mantram. Daya Devi will be automatically pleased with you. After doing your Dvaya mantra japam, if you still have time, then you want to do, then everything comes to your first and the foremost thing. You are most fortunate to receive the 4 mantras. The great Ashtakshara mantram. Same thing. Dvaya mantram, Charma Shlokam, Sri mantram. There is nothing superior to these 4 things. Then what is the other things like? If you say, for example, you want to have a full meal. Okay, for that full meal, okay, you had rice, you had some sambar, you had some yogurt, and you have some sweet also, some laddu or kesari. You can enjoy the meal. You have rice, you have sambar, you have yogurt, and you have a sweet also to top it off. In addition, if you have a vegetable, it will be all the more tasty. If you have something, some banana chips or something, it will be tasting even better. If you have some papad or something, it will taste even more. So these are all the extras. But the essential ingredients are, with or without them, you will be enjoying a full meal. If you have the 4 essential items, rice, sambar, yogurt, and some sweet to top it off. Same thing, your Ashtakshram, your Dvayam, your Charama Shlokam, and your Sri Mantram. They are enough to give you, to make you full. But if you have some additional items, like some banana chips, or some papad or something, or some wafers, you will enjoy it more. That's all. So you want to enjoy more? Go ahead, no problem. You want to fill your stomach so that you don't even have to? No problem. That also you are welcome.
Swamiji, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So nowadays they say that even milk, if you drink milk, is also animals are going through a lot of cruelty. So is milk still okay
to consume? It is very unfortunate, Amma, but still, because most of us are brought up as lacto-vegetarians, lacto-vegetarian, so at least, where you feel that thing is going on, at least think, if you can afford it, go for organic milk or something, which they say is even much better than the other ones where there may be chemicals, etc., or inducing so many things, hormones, treatments, etc. So to avoid, if you think, maybe if you can go for organic milk, which they say is free from all those things. As you know, I'm not here to ruin your day, Mala. You want me to give more details? Read the ingredients of chocolate. If you know one particular thing that is there allowed by the Food and Drug Administration, you will never be able to eat a chocolate. I don't want to ruin your day by giving what exactly is in the chocolate.
Swamiji.
You know, ma?
I heard about that ingredient.
It is not an ingredient. It is an unavoidable thing that is what do you call seeping into the chocolate manufacturing, because there is no way they could control it.
Yes, and the food department has allowed some percentage of it.
Exactly. What all they are looking for is something. I don't want to name it because some of you
I know.
Chocolate. They love chocolate. I don't want them to feel bad. By the way, the other day another video was there making rounds in the internet. If you see that video, you will never eat any sweet that is there you buy in the shops, be it the Krishna sweets of Tamil Nadu, or the Pullaridi sweets of Hyderabad, or the Iyengar bakery of Mysore, or anything. You will never be able to eat any sweet.
Silver coating on that, right?
Yeah, the silver coating or something is purely a non-vegetarian product, highly non-vegetarian product. Therefore, it is very, very sad. Yes.
So another what I think that video also, somebody is quoting some verses in some Upanishads and saying that Upanishads in Hinduism is saying there is no idol worship. Why then why are you guys?
That is not correct, Amma. That is a half-baked philosophy. That there is no idol worship is not correct. Right from day one, from time immemorial, there is idol worship. When Brahma prayed, Narayana gave his own form, and when Ikshvaku prayed, Brahma gave it to Ikshvaku, and Rama gave it to Krishna. That's how Srirangan has to. Just 1 second, Amma. There is a call. Let me take a phone. So just give me 1 second, Amma. I'll come back again. Can I help you with one?
8297. 8 is Ashtakshari, 2 is Daya. What is about 9 and 7, Swamiji?
Very simple, sir. Charama Shlokam. Charama means the last one. In your phone, Z, last letter is Z, Charama. So that comes to number 9. Sri Mantram, yes, that will be there under 7. So just to give you numbers, because 8 and 2, Ashtaksham Dvayam. So the Charama Shlokam, the last one, Z, that corresponds to number 9. In that Sri Mantram, yes corresponds to number 7. So 8297, just like that. I had to give you some access codes, so I just gave a code.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Immediately I wrote in the brackets also. I thought you could put 2 and 2 together.
Okay, thank you so much. It's a very nice Swamiji policy.
Go ahead.
Swamiji, another question I have, how to say we are tolerant vegetarians, so we cannot stop drinking milk. It's unfortunate. So like that, there are people who say same thing. I have been eating all my life. I cannot stop. How do we answer?
I think at least one question. Even if it is there, to get milk, you don't have to kill a cow, but to get meat, you have to kill something. That is the last reply you can think of.
If I say that, they're saying it is.
You can say that the cow is not.
We cannot hear you clearly.
So many things here. But all these things are not making the cow die. Whereas somebody has to eat meat, they have to kill something, some animal. There's a lot of difference, Amma. There's a lot of difference picking one mango and cutting off the whole tree. Correct?
Correct. But what they are saying, I heard yesterday. I had a conversation.
As I said, the only thing is, thank you. You are not interested in salvation. Go ahead, enjoy. Go to hell, enjoy. Come back. Go to Garbha Narakam, enjoy, and keep on doing it a million times. Fine, no problem. If you want to pass the exam, ours is a coaching center. The coaching center will help a person who wants to take the exam and pass the exam. If you say, I don't want this exam, I don't want to pass, then no need for come for a coaching center. See, the question is, look at the people. In India, IAS, IPS is considered as a great job. IAS, IPS, there are hardly 1,000 jobs per year. But 10 lakhs of people will apply. 10 lakhs of people will apply. Only 1 lakh of them qualify in the written. Then again in the orals, etc., only 1,000 are there taken. Same thing here also. If they say they don't want it, fine. Nobody is forcing them that they have to come to the coaching center. But if you come to the coaching center, then you should make up your mind whether you want to pass the exam, not even just passing, whether you want to be a rank holder. That's all. Every year, if it is America, same thing. A medical school, say there are 50,000 vacancies. 500,000 people will apply. They will select the top 50,000 people. Same thing here. Bhagavan also does the same thing. Those who follow the rules of Bhagavan will enjoy his mercy. That's all. Those who don't want, nobody can force them. Right?
Yes, Swamiji. Yes, Swamiji. But yeah, they are just saying you are doing things for your convenience. That was the argument.
Everybody is doing things for their convenience, that's all. So that's okay, because when karma is there acting, people will not even think of knowing the truth. That is the problem. Karma is very, very powerful. Go ahead, another question, Amma.
Acharya, did Vedanta Desika compose any verses on Hanuman?
There is a slight thing. He did not compose any verse on Hanuman, except that one in Sundarakand, in the Ragvira Gajjam. Even the whole Sundarakanda, he completes in just one verse. Even the whole Sundarakanda, he completes in just one verse. So, there is a reason. Can anyone of you guess the man? Can anyone of you guess why Mahatma Desika did not compose a lot of prayers on Hanuman? Why he composed the he just gave only one word.
Hanuman Chiranjeevi was here.
Because Hanuman did not, when Rama said whoever wants to come to Vaikuntham, Hanuman did not go with Rama.
I'm very happy you picked the right
Swatantriyam and Paratantriyam.
You're right. Swatantriyam versus Paratantriyam. Swatantriyam versus Paratantriyam. In that respect, Hanuman preferred to stay here. When Bhagavan said,
because he was next Brahma, right? Next Brahma. Next Brahma is Anjaneya, right?
That doesn't matter. When Rama said, anybody who wants to come with me to Vaikuntham, his only answer should have been, Rama, I should be the first one at your feet, Rama. How can you think of leaving me and going? Are you getting it, Amman?
Yes, Swamiji, yes.
So the only thing that he should have said is, Rama, why are you asking this question, Rama? You should command me. You should command me, Rama. Namely, he just said only one sentence. Apara paravara parika parvata paripura parisruta dava dahana javana pavana bhava kapivara parishvanga bhavita sarvaswadana. Hey Supreme Lord Sri Ramachandra, your magnanimity is so beautifully revealed when you thought that embracing Hanuman, the best and the fastest moving person among all the Vanaras, son of Vayu, is the only possession you have to reward him, who burned the whole enemy city of Lanka to ashes, which is surrounded by a natural moat of an endless ocean. So when Bhagavan Ramachandra thought that the greatest thing that he can reward Hanuman is giving him a beautiful embrace, which is his only possession, greatest position to reward him, how Hanuman should have reacted? Rama, I am your servant, Rama. What is this, Rama? You are asking me, anybody who wants to come with me? You should order me, Rama. Hanuman, what are you doing? Come on, pack up. Getting late, pack up, you should have told me, Rama. Instead, he said, I would rather stay here and then enjoy Ramanama. That's not for us to decide. If Rama wanted it, Rama himself should say, Hanuman, you better stay back and enjoy. So, Swatantrayam versus Paratantrayam, real Sharanagati is very different, sir. That is the reason why, compared to Garuda, Hanuman is called, in Tamil they call Piriya Tiruvadi, Shiriya Tiruvadi. So, Garuda gets even a better place than Hanuman. Of course, Garuda carried only Rama. He never carried Adisesha. Hanuman carried both Rama and Lakshmana. They are all great, no doubt about that. But when it comes to one, in Paratantrayam, even in every case, I mean, you cannot say that I listen to my husband in 90% of the time, I listen to my husband 80% of the time. That's not correct. If you say you are a wife, you are married, you accepted yourself, you accepted him as your husband, therefore 100% you should listen to him. Same thing, that's called Paratantrayam. Is that clear, sir?
Yes. But Swamiji, isn't Hanuman also considered one of the greatest devotee of Rama?
He is considered as the greatest devotee of Rama, but not to the extent that Paratantrayam like Paduka Devi. Look at Sita Devi. Rama said, while coming to the forest for 14 years, Sita, you better stay in Ayodhya and take care of Dasharatha and my mother. She gave a big lecture to Rama and convinced him and accompanied. That's not Paratantrayam. Paratantrayam means yes, sir. In Tamil, Adiyen. Adiyen literally means yes, sir. I am your servant. Look at Lakshmana. Rama said, Lakshmana, you stay back in Ayodhya and take care of Dasharatha and Kausalya and Sumitra. He did not. He gave a big lecture and he also accompanied. Bharata came to take Rama back to Ayodhya. Rama said, no. Our father, your mother wanted two boons, that I should go to the forest and you should be the king. You better be the king. He did not listen. I will rather stay here until you come, or I will stay for 14 years here. Finally, Rama has to give the Padukas. The only person who followed exactly Padukas, who will never leave the feet of Lord Rama. When Rama said, go, that's it. Padukas didn't say one word. Padukas went with Bharata. That should be the Paratantrayam. Paratantrayam means complete dependence. Not even one word as no. Not even one word as why not. There are only two words in Paratantrayam. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, Santanu. Okay, ma, there is somebody here for Santanu Paksha.